meet you. I really wanted to, have you come on the show and tell you story and stuff like that.
Hey, it's nice to be here, man. I thank you for like reaching out to me and giving me the opportunity.
Yeah, so what made you become a martial artist? Like what was the influence behind that?
My dad. My dad is the founder and creator of our style, Red Dragon Karate. My dad was my hero, and I wanted to be around him, so I went to the studio and started learning martial arts.
That and I hate that you guys get excluded out of everything because y'all pretty much as important as the Shakur side of the family as well. I just hate that they don't put y'all like in the movies and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm just glad people, like it and I enjoy the history and
This shit ain't over yet, bitch.
Oh, but I think it is. What we gonna do? You find him here like this, no one's gonna believe us.
Don't worry. Nobody's gonna find out anything. Walter, you know what to do.
Yo,
There
yo,
it is.
how you doing, bro?
What's going on with you, fam?
Man, nothing, man. I can't call it.
How you doing, man? Appreciate you having me, man.
Man, I
Apologies
appreciate,
for a little CPT, but I'm on. I'm here. I'm here.
man, I appreciate you, man. Like this is an honor.
All
So,
good, man. I'm honored that you would ask me to be on, man. I appreciate you, man.
man, nothing,
Yo,
man. Like it's nothing, bro. Like you have no idea, like what you done for my childhood, bro. Like I've
wow.
been a fan of your work ever since I was a little kid, man. It's just the
I
fact, like,
appreciate that. I
man, no
I
problem.
I think you got one of my joints up there behind you, bro.
Oh,
Yeah, man. I see you. Hey, and it's so funny because most people they got, of course, soul food and
yeah.
some of the other joints, but Tales from the Hood, man, that's one too. That's a classic, bro.
Oh my God. You
That's a
have no
classic
idea.
too.
Like, oh man, like I was gonna ask you some questions on that since you brought it up. I'm
I'm
gonna
here,
ask you about that.
bro. Hey,
I'm gonna ask you
we
that
got time,
first.
man. I got as much time as you got, bro. So, by the
Bet.
way, before is it possible to Dollar Will to are people seeing it on my live too, on my IG live?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, bet. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect, bro. But
Your people's
appreciate
coming
you,
in.
man. But yeah,
Yeah.
man, yeah, fire away. Yeah, I'm here, bro. Whatever you got for me, man, I got time, man. So
Oh my God, man. Like it's crazy because like Tales from the Hood. When I tell you like
yeah.
that movie used to scare the hell out of me like when I was a kid because my brother used to watch it all the time. Like I remember because he was 13 years older than me. So
Okay.
1990, so pretty much 1995,
Yeah.
like he was coming out the military pretty much. Like he came home for the first time, and him and my big cousin took me and my cousin to the movie. So we didn't know what we was watching. So
Right. Right.
so it looked interesting. It was like, yeah, like, it's gangster and this and that. So
Right.
like when your segment came on, Lil Walter and the Monster and stuff, and we
Bro.
saw Daily Allen Greer from In Living
From In Living
Color.
Color. Right.
Yes, and we saw
Wasn't
him
it
like
weird though? Kind of like
yes.
you used to laughing with him, right? You used to laughing with him.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
it really caught me off guard because I was just like, this is the funny dude acting like this. Like,
Right, right.
what great? Because I appreciate the range now. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But
Yep.
back then, I was just kind of like, wow, like this is crazy.
Same, same,
So,
bro. It's funny you say that. And by the way, Dollar Will, you cool with that? Call you Dollar Will?
yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay,
That's cool.
cool. It's funny you say that, man, because like even myself, like growing up, I appreciate that film a lot more as an adult. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Because like you kind of touched on it, like Rusty. Shout out to Rusty Condite,
yeah.
the writer director of the film. Spike Lee was a producer, 40 Acres and a Mule, and along with Darren Scott, producer. The subject matter, the thing that they were talking about,
Hmm.
bro, it's still relevant today.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
I like to say at the time, bro, you were scared, bro. I was scared, and I was in the film. You know, I was in the film and I was scared, man. So I can imagine what it was like for you watching it. But yeah, I definitely appreciate that film even more because of the themes of police brutality, child abuse, of course, gang violence, things like
Hmm.
that. It's definitely an important film.
Yeah, and you worked with so many legends on that film, like, and just
Facts.
couple people that's no, well, three people that's no longer here, like Clarence Williams the third. Like,
Bro,
how was it? How was he like? Like, give us just
great
like a
question.
brief,
Great,
like a brief.
great question, man. And I would get the pleasure of working with him again years later on Blue Hill Avenue. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Little trivia there, man. Um,
Yeah.
bro, Clarence was intense, very intense. He is one of the great, and I'm not being hyperbolic when I say this. He's one of the great method actors of our time, honestly.
Yeah. I agree.
Um, yeah, he's definitely one of those actors too, bro, where on set, he is very much that character. Like he is very much like it's not Clarence, it's not even Mr. Williamson, Mr. Williams. He's whatever character he's playing on set. And you respected that. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? And he was definitely method, very much in his mode. Um, I remember like a quick story.
Hmm.
When we were doing Blue Hill, somebody's phone went off. It's their cell phone, bro.
Ooh.
And yeah, and it was, let's just say it was not a good idea. It was not a good idea, bro.
Right.
Um, yeah, it was intense, but when he's rapped, really dope, really nice guy. I love that he remembered me from Tales from the Hood, even though we didn't necessarily have any scenes together in Tales.
Hmm.
Of course, he remembers Walter and the little boy balling up the paper, you know, bending his dad up every which way. Uh, so yeah, bro, Clarence, man, he was awesome, amazing, amazing actor, bro.
Man, that's dope, man. Cause like that scene pretty much like was so dope. Just how
Yeah,
Rusty came in to save y'all, still ended up getting his behind kicked and stuff like
right.
that. And
Facts.
for you to get up and just twist that paper, I always wanted to know like how did they get that effect? Cause that was just gut wrenching. Like just it was like
Another
oh,
great,
I was
another great
like
question. And you, and
ugh.
you, you know why that's a great question too is because we did it in the '90s
Hmm.
where special effects were not done like digitally, right? The way they do it
Right.
now. Like there wasn't like, I think there was some use of green screen a little bit in movies, but not much. So meaning a lot of the effects you saw were practical, right? Like they were right there on set. So I
Hmm.
remember what they did in the case of David Allen Greer. They made a whole like body double thing, bro. It was crazy. It was bananas. They made this like really complicated contraption that was controlled by somebody off camera that could like twist, turn it, and they had to basically do a replica of David Allen Greer, like make him, paint him and get like a body cast and
Hmm.
draw him up, and then the famous part at the end where he's all squished up, but he still got the fan. He's like, "This ain't over yet." Remember at the very
Yeah.
end?
Yeah.
So, bro, they built something in the floor. So David's body was in the floor and his head was still like sticking up. So he was standing on something underneath the floor. And of course, on the floor was what's supposed to be his body all squished up. And they also had another hole that he could stick his hand through and hold the pan. So it looked, yeah, bro, like the way, like I'm telling you, like the mind of like how creative we had to be back in the day when
Hmm.
you couldn't just rely on green screen and digital effects to get away with everything
Yeah.
was amazing. Amazing.
Yeah, that was dope. Just to have, David Allen Greer as your stepdad and Paula John Parker as your mom. Man,
Yes,
she's so
ma'am.
beautiful. Man,
Shout out to Paula, man.
she's still fine to this day. It's crazy.
She's
Like,
gorgeous. Yeah,
like you,
yeah.
like you was lucky, man. Like, just the, just
Yo,
like your
I've
whole
had some dope
career.
moms, right?
Yeah, you did. You
I've had some dope
fire
moms,
moms,
man.
like
Yeah,
fire moms.
right.
Yeah,
Vivica Fox, Angela Bassett, Paula J. Parker. Like I've had some pretty good moms, man.
yeah. And also, I wanted to ask you, since you was in Minister Society, like, did you meet Pac or did you see Pac?
Great question. So I actually did not, and it's funny because hearing like the stories of how he was almost in the film,
Yeah.
right? He was supposed to play Sharif, um, but I actually never got. And that's like one of the. It's two people in my life. No, three. Three
Hmm.
people in my life that I legitimately like. As blessed as I've had of a career, and I met some amazing people. Three people that I was sure that I would get to meet one day that I did not, and I regret because I won't be able to at least see them physically.
Hmm.
Pac, Kobe Bryant, and Michael Jackson.
Right.
Those are three people that I'm like, damn, like if I would have loved to be able to meet them, especially bro, Pac, like he was always like in proximity of the projects that I did. It felt like
Yeah.
right, especially
Absolutely.
the movies that I did, man. Like he was always kind of like in that proximity and just never crossed paths with him, man. Just barely missed him during minutes though.
Yeah, because like I said, that's a classic too, man. And I
Thank you,
watch
thank
it.
you.
One of my favorite top five hood movies of all time.
Of
But
all time,
yeah, heck, shit, like, because Minutes was really just because when it comes to like, I know a whole lot of people love to compare Boys in the Hood to Menace to
Boys in the Hood,
Society,
yep.
but to me, I feel like Menace to Society was more like authentic because I know
Okay.
people like Old Dog and I know people like Kane that
Wow. Yeah,
that
yeah,
just that just really and not to take away from Boys in the Hood, but it's just when I watch Menace to Society,
yeah,
like
yeah,
I
yeah.
used to be Kane that was at
Wow.
a crossroad because when I was pretty much I'm gonna give you my story a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, for
Um,
sure.
well, I'm from Saginaw, Michigan, and everything. So, what pretty much had led me to doing my podcast was I had a whole bunch of deaths in my family and stuff. Like the
Wow.
main one was my oldest brother. He passed, be going on 10 years in October since he been
Wow.
gone.
Condolences,
So,
bro.
yeah, thank you, man. So, I went through like a great deal of the depression and grieving and just really like felt like I was wasting away because like a person that meant a lot to me was gone and I had to literally figure out how to live again.
Wow. Wow.
And now I do the show to not only talk to people like you, of course, but I also help a lot of people as far as like in my community come on here to tell their
Bro,
stories, share their testimonies, and but yeah, it's just like my part of
bro,
giving back, man, because
that's
I know I
amazing.
can't. Thank you, man, and I know that like I can't reach 1,000 people at once, but I can help people just one by one and just go
If you
from
get
there,
one,
you
I was
know?
just gonna say that, bro.
Yeah.
If you get even one person to hear what you just said
Hmm.
and get inspired by it, Dollar Will, or moved by it, man, you've done your job, bro. And platforms like this, bro, they'll grow. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? All you take is one person to share it with another person, and that person to share it with two people, and those people to be like, "Yo, did you? I saw this clip, man, from this dude. He was really kicking game, and blah blah blah." That's how stuff goes viral, right? That's in the age of
Absolutely.
going viral, bro. Man, thankful. First of all, thank you for like being so transparent, man, and candid about that, bro. It's so funny, man. Like doing Minutes too, because so Minutes was the first film that I
Hmm.
did. Right, I started off as a background performer for like a year. I was like, the kid walking down the street or the little boy in the playground. Um, and then I did like a lot of commercials and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And Minutes was the first movie that I did. I actually went out for Jada's son, believe it or not. He had a little boy on a tricycle, man. Shout out to Julian, who was a really
Okay.
good friend at the time who got the role. But
Hmm.
thankfully the youth brother saw something in me, man. It was like, yo, we don't want you for Anthony, but we think you can play a young Kane, man. Um, and that was amazing because, like you say, bro, it's a classic film. And I was surprised with how many people could relate to Minutes,
Yeah.
right? Like
Hmm.
it's like hearing like from people like yourself that say they knew a O Dog, they knew a Stacy, they knew a AWAX, you know
Hmm.
what I mean, or they were a Kane, where they had that crossroads in their life and had to make a decision. Unfortunately for Kane, obviously it was too late.
Right.
But bro, you here, bro.
Yeah,
But we
man.
see the decision you made, man, and you turning that into positivity, bro, and doing things like the podcast, and that's why like stuff I'm honored to be on. This is what I like, stuff like this, bro. These kind of conversations, things that I'm humbled by and I love to do them. So
Yeah, thank you, man. And it's
yeah,
just at the end of the day, it's just like crazy because I really stepped out of my shell because I knew that I always wanted to do this, but I just didn't think that it was going to happen the way that it did. Like I
wow,
practically blew up like in the first month of this show. So it didn't take,
what?
yeah, so it didn't take a long time. It
Yeah,
took a short time, but I just kept on coming back. And despite of just the namesayers and things and stuff like that that was trying to derail me, like I just kept on coming and people
bro,
just respected the consistency and just the stories because
I love that.
yeah.
What I say
And
about remember what I said about you and DM about your consistency hitting me up,
yeah.
like, bro, I need it. So for those that don't know, man, it feels like every day I'm learning something new about Instagram and social media and how it works. So like not too long ago, I found out about how messages they can go to your spam.
Yeah.
And because I'm aware of it now, I will like maybe once a week I'll try to like actively just go look in the spam, just to see if there's a message I might have missed, right?
Yeah.
See this dope message from you. Didn't realize, bro, you had sent me one like last year, I think,
Oh
or
yeah.
something like that. And
Yeah.
bro, I appreciate you though reaching out again
Hmm.
because it bumped the message up, right? It allowed me to see it. So like that's that persistence and consistency, bro. Like, and I told you that in the DM, man. Thank you for like hitting me up again so I could see it, you know?
Oh,
So
no doubt,
yeah,
man. And like I said, like you were just on my radar, man. Like, cause,
thank you, man.
cause I look at it like this. I look at it like we meet people for a reason, and just like we are sitting here today. It was meant to happen. It just needed to all align together.
That
So
part,
I'm happy that it all aligned together, and
that
just
part.
the just the fact that like I know that you're doing well. I've been seeing like you've been doing a lot of interviews lately, so that's
Yeah,
good that you stepping
thank you.
out and stuff like
Thank you,
that.
bro.
Yeah, no problem, man. Cause
I mean that, man.
cause I yeah, cause I know that you be seeing like a lot of kids, man, who were like child stars and stuff like that, and they get older and kind of wild out a little bit. So just
A
to know
little bit,
that,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm being lenient with that statement,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
all I'm saying is that you are in good health, you got your good state of mind, and
Thank you, bro.
you still look the same. You just got the beard, man, but you
Yeah, that's what
still
people,
look the
yo,
same. It
it's
sound
so
the
funny.
same.
People say, they like, bro, no matter how much you grow that beard out, we see it all up in your eyes, man. Yo,
Yeah.
I went to, man, yo, me and my lady went to a Rams game out
Uh-huh.
here in LA, right?
Hmm.
Football game, huge stadium, going to our seats. One of the security guys that ushers or one of the people there that works at the stadium immediately, bro, he's like, yo, you that actor. It's like, I know you, bro. He's like, and he's like, bro, I see it in your eyes. No matter what, even with the beard, I see it in your eyes. So I take that as a compliment. And also, man, yeah, I said thank you because I have been doing more interviews. Like I've been choosing to kind of like step out a little bit more.
Hmm.
Um, it's funny, like a good friend of mine, Flex Alexander,
Yeah.
the actor and comedian, he said, Brandon, people been wondering where you've been,
Hmm.
and also you got to let people love on you, let people love on you, man. And because I'm sometimes a little reluctant, a little
Yeah, of
shy or
course.
whatever you want to
Yeah.
call it to get back out. But especially as we'll probably talk later on, I'm doing, a little reunion thing with the Soul Food cast. I,
Oh
I think it's
man.
important for people to see my face a little bit more.
Yeah, that's dope, man. Congratulations on
Thank you, bro. Thank you, man.
that.
I'm excited
Yeah.
too. Bro, I can't wait for y'all to see it, man. Like when I say, just know it's gonna be what you think you'll see, like with the
Hmm.
reunion, but also it's gonna be stuff you won't think you were gonna see.
Oh, no
Like,
doubt.
yeah,
No
it's gonna
doubt.
be like stuff that you didn't know about, and about my life, and like why I stopped acting, and just the details of that, and
Hmm.
hopefully it's inspiring to people. And I'm excited. I'm just excited with the team that's on board with it. The whole cast has agreed to be in it. George Tillman, the writer director of the film, he's given me his blessing to go out and direct this. So I'm excited, bro.
Man, I'm excited for you, man. And
Thank
that
you.
movie was so real, like, because it gave like the real aspect of what a family is. Because I know, like, TV and these movies, sometimes forget
Yeah.
that it's some toxicity in families and stuff. So
Come on, bro. Speak on it.
that movie really showcased a whole lot of what our families really go through and how important it is to have grandparents and just
Man,
the
did,
person
did
that's
you
really the glue. You know
that
what I'm
part,
saying?
bro? Did you do like the kind of sit around the table Sunday dinner get together thing, Dollar Will, or
I would say like in the 90s, and then
Okay. Yep.
because I remember when I was a kid, all of us used to go over grandma's house, and we used to spend a night. We weren't allowed to sit on her couch because it was on plastic, but
Yeah. Yeah.
but I
I
just
know
remember,
everybody know about that plastic, bro.
all of us, whether we didn't like each other or not, grandma wasn't trying to hear all that. Like she
Right.
made
Y'all
us
gonna
get a
sit
plate
together.
and
Yep.
sit together and stuff. So when I
Yep.
watched that movie, it's really real, just the reality of just how when you lose that person that was keeping the glue together,
Bro.
everybody scattered, do their own thing. So that
Facts.
movie just because I watched it last night again, so it kind of,
Wow.
and I
Thank
just
you,
like,
bro.
man, that's my life, that's my reality, man. Because
Yeah.
I lost both my last remaining grandparents in two
Wow.
years, and I just really see just how cousins over here,
Yeah.
aunties over here, uncles doing their own thing. My cousins, like
Facts.
we don't even know we cousins, or we just doing our own thing now. And that
Facts.
was so real, bro. And it
Man.
just hits differently now.
Right?
So
No, it do. It hit
yeah.
differently. And also, man, you know what was refreshing about soul food too, Dollar Will, is that so while there's a lot of people who could relate to like the boys in the hood, the minister societies, the
Hmm.
South Central stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Soul food came at a time where I felt like the industry especially started kind of getting saturated with those type of films, right?
Right.
And it was like, if you let Hollywood tell it, that is all we wanted to see. But then Soul Food comes in, um, and it was a refreshing take. Like, hey, there are black people too that are hairstylists, are truck drivers, are lawyers, are
Hmm.
musicians, are stay-at-home moms, are just regular ex-cons trying to get their life back together. Like like you to your point, it really showed that black folks also can be quote unquote just regular folks too,
Yeah.
right? And it doesn't need to be like this, altruistic like view of what blackness is, right? It doesn't have to always be these like almost like deep, meaningful uh points of overcoming the hood or whatever, We
Yeah.
could also just be a regular black family trying to get through regular stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was so universal because those things, Dollar Will, are black, white, Asian, Hispanic. You know what I mean? Like those can apply to any type of family, not just black. And I think that's why soul food resonated so well, and that's why people still talk about it to this day, like it just came out.
Oh, no doubt. And it's just like the realism, you see your ATs who are sisters, and you see
Right,
the older sister in conflict with the little sister and stuff like that, because it kind of has that contrast of, even though we're older, I'm still your
right.
big sister and you my little sister type thing, and you
That
really
part.
see the changing of the guards a little
Thank you.
bit. So
Yeah, yeah.
I love
And thank
that
you, Miss
part.
Becky. I see Miss Becky said soul food still look great. Love you.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate you, Miss Becky. But yeah, you're right, bro. Absolutely, man. Those are universal things, bro. Right, that everybody can relate to. So I'm
Yeah.
honored for obvious reasons, to be associated with that film, bro.
Man, you deserve it, man,
Thank you, bro.
because I know, like, I know a lot of people um wouldn't have done what you done and decided to pursue something that you wanted, because I know that you went to school and
Yep.
everything.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine just a lot of people would just leave Hollywood, leave fame, leave fortune in order to pursue education and
Thank you,
something.
man.
So that takes a lot of guts, and
Thank
I
you,
want,
bro.
and
I,
and
you
I
know,
wanted to ask you about that.
yeah, yeah. Well, look, education was a big part of my family. My
Okay.
mother, my mom, my aunt. So I'm originally from Louisiana, Baton Rouge. Shout
Hmm.
out to my my family out there in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Um, my mom went to Southern University, you know, HBCU. My
Hmm.
aunt, God rest her soul, she went to Grambling University. My other aunt went to LSU. Shout out to my auntie Dolores. Um, education was big. Like, just incredibly smart. My mom was an engineering major. She actually moved out to California. This is how I got out here to LA. My mom had an internship in LA, and you know, she, you know, had me. She was a young, you know, teenage mom, and it's funny um, because I was gonna be. My mom needed help, right? She was a single mom,
Hmm.
and she thought about leaving me with my grandmother in Louisiana. But my aunt convinced her. She said, "Hey, look, Alfreda is my mom's name.
Okay.
If I help you with him, will you let me go get him, bring him back out here to Cali?" And she was like, "All right, D." We called it Dee Dee. "All right, D. If you help me with him, then you can do it." So obviously, she did. Rest is history, man, and here I am. But education was always big. Um, and you know, I've always had, when you talk about too, like going to school and actually focusing on a career behind the camera, I always had an interest, dollar will, in like how movies were made, right? Not
Yeah.
just as an actor in front of it. I was always interested in the writing, directing. George Tillman on the set of Soul Food, he told me that I would be a director someday. So it's just
Uh,
kind of surreal. Here we are almost 30 years later, and he's executive producing a documentary on his film that I'm directing. Crazy, right? Crazy, right?
yeah. Full circle moment.
Full circle, bro. Get out of my head. I was about to say full circle moment. Full circle
Right.
moment, bro. Yep.
Yeah.
So
That's
yeah,
dope,
man,
man.
that's how we got here, bro.
Yeah, and I also just wanted to ask you, man, what you think about the movie Sinners? Like, do you wish that you was a part of that? Like, I could like,
I love it. I love it.
yeah, like they
Let's talk
did.
about it.
Man,
Yo,
like they did such a good job because when I first saw the trailer, bro, like I was just speechless because I knew it was gonna be about vampires, but it's just you want to see just how it was structured and how
yeah,
they was gonna do it, but the way they
yeah.
did it, it was just like phenomenal, just from the
I,
storytelling, the
yeah,
cinematography, and just the plot alone, like,
yeah.
and just the fact like Michael B. Jordan killing it. And
Bro, amazing. I was gonna ask you if going into it, if you knew, you gotta answer that if you knew what it was about
hmm
right away. So I had the luxury of not knowing that it was about vampires.
okay,
Yeah, so going into it, bro, and it's funny because I think like one of the early trailers I saw, I felt like it didn't give that part away. I
right,
felt like it didn't like give that part away that it was like about vampires or something like that. But um, I thought it was incredible. I think Ryan Coogler is already like, you know, because you know that we sometimes like using words like legend and icon and things like that, right? Or
you're right,
overused words.
right,
But I think it's safe to say that like Ryan Coogler is already one of the great directors, certainly of his generation,
yeah,
right?
of course,
And think about it, Dollar Will, has he missed yet? Like, think about the films that he's made.
hmm
Even if you didn't like one film as much as the other, has he made a dud yet, bro?
no,
Right?
never,
I
like,
can't say you go from Fruitvale Station to Creed
hmm
to Black Panther
yeah,
to Black Panther 2 to Sinners. And then you can even start before that. He had a short film called Fig that was unbelievable. Shout out to John Teal Gerard. who's a good friend of mine. She started that. That was his, I want to say, USC thesis short film,
Hmm.
and that was incredible.
Yeah.
But Ryan Coogler, man, what he did with Sinners was groundbreaking. It was to me like the first movie, Donald Will, that he was. They gave him, as they call it, like a blank check. Like,
Yeah.
because think about it, it wasn't based on a true story. It wasn't based on an existing IP, right? Like
Right.
Fruitvale was based on the true story. Creed was based on the Rocky world,
Yeah.
and of course Black Panther, the Marvel universe. This was the first film he got to do that was from just his brain, like his original thoughts. And look at what he created. He created a masterpiece, in my opinion, bro.
Oh,
And it would be a
absolutely.
travesty. It would be a travesty if he is not nominated. I'm gonna say for at least 10 Oscars for that film.
Oh man, most definitely, bro.
You know,
And it was just kind of like a Marvin Gaye situation
Mhm.
because with the What's Going On album, because Motown wasn't going to release that, and they was just talking about
Look
like,
at that music knowledge my boy got over there.
oh my God, man,
You know
yeah.
your music history. I
Oh,
see.
no doubt, man.
I
You know
love
what I'm
it.
saying?
Yeah,
I just love to just find stuff out because like sometimes you gotta take risks and stuff like that. And he took a big risk, and just the fact like it did numbers at the box office, and
right.
that's like the only movie that I went to the theaters like multiple times. Like I
Bro, I
watched
saw it
that.
5 times, Dollar Will. Not even gonna hold
Yeah,
you. I saw
yeah.
it 5 times. Twice on the IMAX experience that he wanted, and
Yeah.
like three other times, man. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
facts.
just you find something new every time you watch it and stuff, man.
Every
So,
time, bro. Every time. And I'll say this. I hope that it opens up Hollywood's willingness to take chances
hmm,
on filmmakers with original ideas.
yeah,
Because I don't know if you know, man. It's tough out there in these entertainment streets, bro. Like, the industry was already very risk adverse, right? Like they're
hmm,
very like, there's this saying, man, when you pitch a project, they're looking for reasons to say no. Right?
right, of
Right?
course,
They're looking for every reason not to do your film or TV show. So you have to go in there and try to give them every reason to say yes. So I'm just hoping that what Ryan Coogler, and obviously he has the track record, and he's done movies that have grossed well over $1 billion. But I
hmm.
just hope that what he did with Sinners, I just hope it opens up the floodgates for original ideas to get made again, bro.
I agree, and
That's my
we need
hope.
that.
We do, we do.
Yeah, and I wanted to
But
ask you if you was in the movie, who would have been? Would you have been a vampire or would you have been killing them? Like which one?
yo, great question. Great, yo,
Because the vampires was kind of lit, man. Especially when that song
they,
came
they
on,
were
man. Like,
right.
yeah, when they was outside gathering up and doing those
You
moves,
know
man,
what?
I was excited. I was like, I want to be out there with them.
Yeah, hold up. It would be easy for me to say that I would be smoke or stack, right? That's the easy answer.
Yeah, of
But I
course.
might, you know what? I might be preacher boy, man.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
might have been
Preacher
preacher.
Boy.
I could see I like music, and I feel like he was also like kind of wide eyed, what they call it, wide eyed and bushy tailed. He,
Yeah,
a little naive at
yeah.
times, but he grew right
Mm-hmm.
from the beginning of the film to the end of the film, and at the end of the day, what did he still choose, Dollar Will?
Chose his
He
music.
still chose his music, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like at the end of the day, man, as an artist, that's who I am at the core, right? At the core, I'm an artist, whether it's acting, writing, directing, producing. I'm an acting teacher now. I teach acting classes online and in person. at the end of the day, man, I'm an artist. And so that's why I would say Preacher Boy is probably the one I would most comfortably play would be Preacher Boy, yeah.
Man, I'll be nervous to have you as my actor coach because you, man, like
Thank you,
you on another
man.
level.
Yo, man, thank
Your
you, bro.
resume intimidates me.
I appreciate that, bro. Hey, I probably been to anybody out there that's interested, DM me. Like, I
Mhm,
mean, Donald Will, I respond, and I'm also just been. It's like I feel like I was put on this earth, bro, to give back in that way
mhm,
too, man, for the next generation of actors and filmmakers. I work with people from all experiences, by the way, from if you've never acted before in your life to the actors who've done it for years and just like looking to hone their craft or looking to just stay sharp. I work with all levels of acting skill, and I love doing it too, bro. Like I get a real joy out of teaching acting to the next generation, bro.
Oh, no doubt, man. And speaking of your acting, you was on the Gregory Hines show. So, and I remember that because I used to come on CBS. I remember
That's
that.
right. Yo,
So,
salute to you, man.
like,
Shout out to you, bro.
yeah, thank you, man. And it makes me mad, bro. Like, he doesn't get the credit that he deserves, and such another lost um icon, bro. Like, he
Yes.
really was so legendary, just not just with the acting, but just the ability to dance and stuff like
Um,
that. Like
bro,
you got any stories of Gregory Hines that nobody knows, man?
do I, man? So look, I had a front row seat uh, to basically arguably like the greatest tap dancer of all time, right? You know,
Yeah.
you could throw Savion Glover in there if you want to, or Sammy Davis Jr. But just know, like that, like Savion would probably tell you it's Gregory, and it's any one of those people are in the conversation. But I had a front row seat to it. Um, there's also a tap dance episode that you probably remember, man, from watching it. One
Hmm.
of the great, like, I don't want to say travesties, but just one of the real disappointments in my career is that we only got one season of that really beautiful show, bro, where you had three generation of black men. My grandfather, played by the late great Bill Cobbs.
Hmm.
Um, my father, played by the late great Gregory Hines,
Hmm.
and of course, Wendell Pierce, man, played my uncle. Wendell is still a dear, dear friend of mine. I actually just talked to him the other day. We were on a Zoom call, and I've learned so much from him. But Gregory, he truly was like a father figure for that year and change that I got to work with him. He really treated me like his son. Um, and even after the show had ended, we were still very close.
Hmm.
Of course, up into his
Hmm.
passing, which was a shock because he was very secretive about that. But Gregory gave me his tap shoes, bro, at the age of, I want to say he was 14, either 13 or 14. But they were these green tap shoes that he used to wear, and he gave them to me just out of just love, like, yo, here, this is like just giving me those. And Gregory was just an amazing man, um, big sports fan. He was a big WNBA fan of the New York Liberty when Teresa Weatherspoon was playing for the New York Liberty.
Oh
And
yeah.
yeah, man, yeah, to take you back a little bit. Um,
Yeah.
but Gregory also, man, a story. He came. I remember when I was playing basketball, like for like the rec league, and Gregory came all the way down from Hollywood to like, where was I playing, bro? I was playing in like, let's just say like an hour away from where he lived
Hmm.
to come watch me play in my rec league, bro. And he just sat in the crowd with everybody. Like, imagine you sitting in the crowd and you turn around and you see Gregory Hines, like coming down the bleachers, man, right?
Wow,
Cheering me on like he's watching his son play basketball.
man, that's
Yeah,
dope. That's
amazing, man. Yeah, that's just who Gregory was. That's who he is. And I miss him. And it's so funny you talk about not like kind of underrated and not getting that
yeah.
kind of notoriety. I've actually kind of talked in my head. I have all these ideas in my head, and one of them is to do a documentary on Gregory, like a comprehensive documentary on his life and career, man.
Oh man, like if anybody should do it, is you,
Thank you, thank you, thank you,
because
bro.
if anybody else did it who didn't have no relationship with food, it would be very skeptical, you know.
Thank you, bro. Thank
But
you, man.
yeah, I just have to throw that in there because I see a lot of interviewers kind of don't mention that. They kind of mention the mainstream stuff, but
Right, right.
even though that was mainstream, but
I
I
know
could
what you
tell
mean,
like,
though. Yeah,
yeah, I could tell that was like a highlight, man. And just also just it's
yeah.
important to have mentors, man, because I'm
One of the great,
still,
yes, one of
yeah.
the great times in my acting career, bro. Personally and professionally, the Gregory Hines show was one of the great times in my life because of the show and also the relationships that built from it. You
Hmm.
know, like I said, I'm still very close to Wendell and even one of the creators of the show, Nat Bernstein, we're very close too. So yeah, Gregory Hines show is very special.
Yeah, that's, man. I wish I had the kind of childhood that you had because you have so much, man. You have done so much,
Thank you, man.
and you know, just the fact that you still young. What, 41?
41, but yep. Thank you, bro.
Wow.
And thank you for saying that. Yes, 41, y'all. It's still young. Yes.
Yes,
For all
yes.
you youngsters out there, 41 is not old.
Man, it's funny because people be calling me Unc now. I'm like, I'm 37. I ain't old, but
You're
I don't
not
know what
old,
they
bro.
be talking
No.
about. But
No, we're not old.
yes,
No, not
yes,
even old.
man. Yes, and it's really cool because like when you really like go back and just reminisce about just growing up, I would not have no idea about the social media era and just how good it is, but also it's bad. So
Yeah.
you luck. I know that you think about it like, man, I'm lucky that I had my big break or my stardom up in the 90s because you can't do nothing nowadays. Like people be ready to cancel you and
Oh,
this and that. So I know that you are blessed to say
yeah,
that
bro.
and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's funny. I would say I have like a love, not a love hate, but I have a very interesting relationship with social
Hmm.
media, right? I
Hmm.
understand it's like where we are now in the
Yeah,
time that we're in, and that's how people stay connected. That's how people get their news. That's how we, I mean, you can get closer, quote unquote, closer to celebrities now than you ever could before,
yeah,
right? Like you can literally have a conversation with a celebrity on their post now, you know.
yeah.
You can DM them and, hope they, respond. But also to your point, I think I have a pretty healthy relationship with it because it's one of those things where I probably would never be like the person that's posting something every single day, right?
Right, right.
Um, but I do understand that it's a way for fans to connect with me and to
Hmm.
kind of keep up with what I'm doing, and I appreciate that. And I love y'all out there, love the fans, and the support is bananas. Like even when I made the Big Mama post with Irma be off of her 90th. Yo, Dollar Will, I could not have imagined the response that that would have gotten, bro. When you talk about viral, like for the Shade Room to pick up on it, the Breakfast Club, and People
Mm-hmm.
Magazine and Ebony and Essence and just all of these dope outlets and the fans. And for the fans to have the reaction that they had to that post was, it really warmed my heart, bro. Like, people were in tears. People were like, oh, I needed to see this right now, especially with the climate we in politically and
Yeah.
socially, bro. Like, people was like, that made me smile. Like, seeing Big Mama and Ahmad and her favorite grandbaby together 30 years later. Like, that's the beauty of social media right there.
Oh yeah, man. That's the nostalgia, man. And I just wanted to ask you this question, man.
Yeah.
Why Uncle Pete kept that money in the TV? Like he was being stingy a little bit. I'd have been kind of mad.
Yo,
I'm like, so you
yo,
had this
that
all this
is,
time and you just watched the snuffer, you watched the stroll, and you had all this
yo,
the
that
whole
is so funny. Yo, look, the Uncle Pete defense, right?
yeah,
Uncle Pete, right, had some things going on up here, right?
yeah, yeah,
You know, but I do have to ask you there, right? Because see, look, this is in our, we're in our more enlightened. You know, we done been in therapy and we know
hmm
what it means to be gaslit and we know what, you know, all these different terms be, right?
yeah.
I'm gonna ask you, looking back on the film now, you say you just watched it too. Who do you consider the real villain of Soul Food? Because right when it came out,